people, welcome to another video. My name is Natalie Mwini. If you're new here, my content is around food and lifestyle. Consider sticking around for this beautiful and interesting video. In today's video, I am making banana oats bread. I'm measuring 3 cups of oats into my blender so that I can blend it to a fine flour. I kept shaking it so that it can mix well. Yeah, my blender is quite old, but it does the work. It does the work. I gave it a few shakes and finally got my flour. Now let's go and mash some bananas. In this bowl, I'm going to peel 6 overly ripe bananas. Banana bread requires overly ripe bananas, but you can use whatever kind of bananas you want. You can, but fresh ones are a bit firm. They're not easy to mash. Preferably overly ripe bananas. As you can see from my bananas, they seem like they were very overripe, but it's just the peels deceiving you. They were not that overly ripe. They were actually a bit firm. I cleaned these bananas well before I started peeling them, so don't come for me. My hands, my bananas, very clean. I am done peeling the bananas. As you can see, they don't seem overly ripe as they seemed before peeling them, but these are easy to mash. I'll mash with this masher. I don't know the correct name for this gadget. And you can use a fork, you can use a blender, you can use a hand mixer, whatever works for you is fine. All we're looking for is mashed bananas. Next, I am adding the rest of the ingredients. I'll first add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Then next, I am adding 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. This will be followed by 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Next, I am adding 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. I always do cinnamon in my banana bread. I love the taste. It gives it a boost, if I can say. I'm mixing this up really well to make sure all the spices and the baking powder, baking soda, and the salt are well mixed. Next, I'm adding 2 eggs. I'll mix this first before adding my next ingredient. Now I'm adding a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. You can do butter, melted butter if you want to. It's still okay. I added some honey to sweeten it up. I just wanted to boost the flavor a bit for it not to be that flat. You can do without the honey or sugar because bananas are sweet. Next, I am adding yogurt, vanilla yogurt. You can do basic natural yogurt, which is really good. Yogurt, buttermilk, milk plain still works. And that's it for the wet ingredients. Now let's go in with the oats flour. I have to mix this up really well to make sure everything is well combined. I have to make sure there are no air pockets or flour pockets in my banana bread. Now I'm lining my baking tray with margarine and flat just to make sure my cake batter doesn't stick to the pan. This banana bread is quite healthy. It was very sweet, tasted like digestive biscuits, if I can say. We really loved it and we enjoyed taking it. I had already preheated my oven to 180 degrees, so I'm just going to pop this in there for 45 minutes to 1 hour. But my bread actually took an hour to get ready, and I'll show you what happened. Let's pop it in the oven, and I'll give it 45 minutes before I come back and check on it. 45 minutes later, and I'm here to check on the progress. It looks done from the look, but going in with a skewer, I realized it still needed a few more minutes in the oven. So I let it bake for 10 more minutes. Ten minutes later, I came in to check, and this time round, my skewer came out clean, no crumbs. A good indication that the bread is done. Banana bread, banana cake. Yeah, it's done. You can have this with tea, coffee, or some juice. I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching to this point. If you have not subscribed, kindly consider subscribing. And all of you, you can hit the notification button so that you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much. See you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.